I bought these seats for $75. And you can see they're in really good shape and a whole lot better than the seats I replaced. There's one little tear on the driver's side armrest right there. Now the one thing about these seats, my CRV has 323,000 miles on it. Now these only have 100,000 miles on them. And it has a couple different adjustments than what mine had. And when I bought the seats, I said, you know what? I don't need a back seat because you can see they're different colors. My seat's just dirty. But if you know these old CRVs, this seat doesn't fold out into a bed. So, and now that I see how good the front seats look, well, you kind of figure I want to replace the back seat now. And I want to check and see if the other one folds out into a bed. You know, some of these CRVs will lay flat, and I may have to change the seat belts, but that's fine. So if I do that, I'll try to update the video. But anyway, it's a nice looking set of seats for $75. So let me show you what I did with some of the old parts. Now, this is my scrap pile. So these are the seat tracks. They don't really have any resale value, so I put them in the scrap pile. This is a seat frame in the scrap pile. That's the bottom. No, that's the top. And then the lower frame is down there too. Where I live, you have to pay to throw away trash. So, and I really hate to fill the landfill up. But if I can, I try to save on some of that stuff so I can sell it. But I want to show you some of these old parts, and I'll show you what's sold already. Basically, you know, we're all trying to just survive, and things are going up. So what can you do to try to help offset the cost of some of your car repairs? That's basically what I'm getting at with this video. So let me show you the parts that I saved, and I think they'll sell. One of them already did sell. So here's the parts that I kept. This is the passenger side seat cushions. Now, a passenger side seat cushion is going to sell a lot slower than a driver's side. But the good thing about these old CRVs is these cushions are alike. So somebody can buy these or separately, like I'm going to sell the top one separate from the bottom. They can take the cover and the cushion off of this and put onto their driver's side seat. Now, the only difference is going to be the driver's side may have an armrest, whereas this one doesn't. So you could cut a hole in the fabric and install the armrest, your old armrest, on your old frame, but use this cover and this cushion. These are in good shape. They just need cleaned. And I'm going to clean them before I list them. I haven't listed them yet. The headrests sell pretty good. I don't remember what they sell for, but we're just going to say $35, because if it was less than that, chances are slim that I would be messing with something that big for under $35. But these are in good shape. I cleaned them already. Not perfect or anything. I just hit them with some all-purpose and a microfiber cloth. And then this is the driver's side armrest. This sold in just a few days, and I kept the screws that go with it to help attach it to the seat. The plastic on it is just so I don't lose the screws. This sold for $50. So my $75 seats, I've already gotten $50 out of it on this. So, and I feel confident that the headrests will sell fairly quick. And I do think that these cushions will move. I'm not going to get rich, but we're not trying to get rich. We're just trying to get a couple bucks, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that $50 bill is a lot of gas in that CRV. It used to be a lot more gas in the CRV, but now it's not as much. So the other things I have is these plastics. Okay, now I have them sitting in piles because I don't want to get them confused. So this is the driver's side. And what I'm going to do, this knob for the, I guess it's like, I don't know, lumbar, whatever you call it. So the knob I'll sell separate, and I kept the clip, okay. I think that'll sell for about 15 bucks with shipping. It's very easy to ship. It'll fit in a 6x6x6 box easy. And then I have the driver's side seat belt, which works. It's dirty, but I feel pretty confident that that'll sell for around $29. Okay, now the plastics, well, I'm going to sell this little handle here too separately. Probably 15 bucks free shipping. It'll fit in a padded envelope. And then the plastics, I'll probably take, well, let me finish telling you what I'm going to sell separate. So this is a handle off the passenger side. They may be the same. No, they wouldn't be. I'll probably sell this separate, 15 bucks or so. Maybe not. You know what? I'm going to sell these handles as a pair because that'll get them out of my way. The seat belt, I may sell these as a pair, but this is the passenger side. They don't sell as quick. But still, if I sell it separately, I feel confident that that'll go for at least 20 bucks. And then these big pieces of plastic, I'm just going to sell them all together. The driver's side, the passenger side, the whole 9 yards, and move them down the road to somebody that has a CRV. Now, there's a couple things I wanted to mention to you. If you decide to do something like this, I better check that camera and make sure that I'm on it. I'm not freakishly tall, but I'm tall. Sometimes I cut my head off with the camera. But if you're taking seats like this apart, sometimes, depending on what you have, the frames are worth money too. If you had a classic car, sometimes those frames rot out. The 92 to 96 Ford trucks, sometimes those frames are worth money because, you know, as you climb in and out, the driver's side will bend or break or crack. So check your frames. Sometimes your frames are worth money. Sometimes they're not. Now, another thing that's worth good money is if you change out your seats. If you have a power seat track, or say if you have a classic car that you're changing the seats out on, check the tracks on eBay. Do not check the listed ones, okay? You want to look to see how many's listed, but you want to check sold, because somebody who is a museum curator is going to have the seat tracks on there for $900, and they're going to be there next year. You can click on the sold listings and you can see what people are actually paying. People may only be paying $300. They may only be paying $50. But you want to list yours somewhere in the area of what they sell for, not what somebody has them listed for. So basically, the video is about trying to offset your repair costs if possible. Check all your parts as you take them off. One thing that I suggest, if you're not familiar with selling on eBay, when you get into these bigger items, make sure before you list them that you box them up, you get a size, measure the box out, get the weight, and put it in calculated shipping. That way when you sell them, you don't have to worry about how am I going to get this shipped. It's already in a box. All you have to do is print the label, tape the label, and drop it off or schedule a pickup. Remember, you're never going to get paid if you can't get it shipped. So that is a very big thing when it comes to some larger items like this. Don't overthink it. Just make sure you can get it in a box safely, and you may have to cut it down a little bit. There's lots of videos about that, and that way you don't have to deal with it after you got paid, or find out you listed it incorrectly and now you have to cancel the sale. You don't want to do that because eBay is going to hold that against you and you may get negative feedback. So to wrap this up again, because I think I've said that 3 times, we're just trying to offset repair costs. Also, it's nice to see these go somewhere and get used instead of throwing them in the landfill. And by the time these pieces sell, I feel confident that my seats are going to be free. I may post a short video as stuff sells and keep you updated on it. But if you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't expect a ton of subscribers because I'm new to YouTube. But if you could, I would appreciate a thumbs up. That'll help the information to go on to someone else that can use it. Thanks for watching.